Oh man, this is good. This is good. The drawing sucks, but the building is amazing. Okay, so let's walk through two of my accepted sketchbooks so that you can compare your sketchbooks to it, prepare for your application, or learn something new. Now, I do want to point out that these sketchbooks are 15 years old, and so they're of the old version of me, the young version of me, and they suck really hard. These sketches are extremely bad. They're so embarrassing that I honestly doubted whether or not to show this because it's just so bad. So be kind. Let's go. Okay, so the first drawing that I want to show you is this one over here, and we already see that this is pretty fucking bad. Now, why is it so bad? It's because I was trying to create some kind of subtle architectural atmosphere. And the beautiful thing about architecture is that it's monumental, that it is very strong and built up from the ground up. And here on this one, you have the bottom of the building that is just completely left out. And so this is a very bad drawing decision that makes no sense because you want to have the base to get that monumental, strong atmosphere going. If you compare it, for example, to this drawing over here, you immediately see, even though that this drawing in quality is way less good, you see that it has more of that architectural monumental feel because of that base. So yeah, these are really the first drawings that I was making when I was taking drawing a little bit more seriously, when I was trying to create some three-dimensionality to drawings. Before this, I was just drawing Pokemon or something. And so, I mean, yeah, what can I say? I mean, this is after a couple of months of drawing. And this, at that time, now this would, I don't know how much this would take me, but at that time, this would take me an hour and a half. For something that's this bad. Yeah, that's life, you know. At some point you're a beginner, and that's just the way it is. And this was all selected by one of our teachers, and he was one of my favorite teachers. He was so passionate, and he gave us just the best buildings, the most nicest things to be inspired by and to draw and all of that stuff. So really appreciate that. What's this one? Yeah, you see, this was how I was drawing at the time. I would put a reference next to it and then literally try to copy everything as accurately as possible, training your eye and training your drawing skills. You know, this was all the way in the beginning. This was a book for architecture only, so all of the things that you will see will be architecture and nothing else. I also have some other sketchbooks, obviously, with different things in. And yeah, in my application there are different sketchbooks, but I can't really show all of them, so let's just stick to the architecture ones for now. Plantsoen. This is Dutch architecture, or German, Dutch or German in that time, like with the clay. I don't know what the English word is for that, but like stone, you know, like the clay stone. That's it. Oh man, look at this. This is a long time ago, and it's bad. It's kind of cringy. Wow, this building was really nice. Yeah, I didn't draw that. Did I draw that? Yeah, I don't know. Oh man, these buildings, I love these so much. I mean, with the roof, that's a different material. I don't know what to say, but it's the roof that has a different material. This is really all the way in the beginning, you know. Some Eastern architectural stuff. This is all blue. In that area of the world, I do remember that it's all blue, and they use blue colors that you can't see because it's just graphite. But they use blue colors because blue gives a particular calmness and a particular coldness to the warm environment there. Now here you can see a little bit. It kind of cools the environment down, and then you have a nicer experience of life. Yeah, these are all really bad. I don't know why you would be watching this. This is first experimentation with charcoal. Charcoal was hard at the time, you know. It's a very hard medium to control. It's very hard to kind of get some details in. Yeah, this was kind of nice. A very soft approach. Very hard to capture this with the camera, I think. On the camera it's going to look very soft, but there's a lot of nuance in the drawing, more than you would think. So the drawing quality here is not that bad. It's not good, but it's not that bad. You know, this is like after 6 months of drawing or 10 months of drawing, whatever this was, it's not that bad. But the drawing decisions, you can't leave the bottom just open. You can't do that. So this, look, let's compare these two. This is way more of a building. This is more of a building. This feels like something that's created, something that's standing, something you can't just push over. This feels like something that is about to fall down or something, you know? By the way, if you are looking at these drawings and you think by yourself, this work is weak, my work is twice as good, then you probably don't have to work on your drawings that much anymore, but you might need to work on your writing skills for your application. Most successful students work on their communication skills, work on their writing skills with a book that they got somewhere, with a course that they followed in their school. And if you don't have anything like that yet, shameless plug, I have a course on grant writing specifically designed to help artists with their applications, art school applications or grant applications. Link in the description. Let's go to the next page. Oh man, this is good. This is good. The drawing sucks, but the building is amazing. This architect built his own house, and one part was house and the other part is studio. And as you can see here, these are all little windows, to get a almost 360 degrees of light coming in his studio, so that he has this lit up room, probably towards the sun and stuff like that, that's just perfect for making art, drawing architectural buildings, maps, plans out and stuff like that. This is the type of building that I would like for myself in the future. Perhaps not exactly the same because it kind of looks silly, but the idea of a 360 degree light infiltrating type of studio, that sounds pretty cool. Yeah, as you can see, this is just me trying to have some proportions right, but it's yeah, look, this needs to be higher, a little bit less wide, but it's a cute little building. These were things that took me quite a lot of time at that time. I remember I spent, oh man, this is so bad, look at this. Wow. I spent quite a lot of time on this. For example, something like this would probably take me, I don't know, an hour and a half, 2 hours. That's a long time for yeah. It's not really sketching. It's more like bad drawings. Wow. This is a long time ago. Wow, this must be, yeah, this is very, what the hell, I'm scared. This is going to be so bad. Watercolor experimentations. Not really that interesting. This one is going somewhere, but I'm not sure. This might be after Alvaro Castañet. I was very much fascinated by his work at the time. Extremely powerful aquarelle work. This might be after his work. Not sure. So this is a cool little drawing over here of a tie of Charles Rennie Mackintosh. And the thing here is that this guy was so creative that whenever he went out to some kind of meeting, some kind of conference, whatever, he would sculpt a different tie every single time, because he's that creative. That's the type of person that I would like to become in the future, where I can go out to some events, sculpt my own tie in a way that is just impressive or something. You know, that's really nice. So I drew this. Then we have a chair. Not sure what the hell this is supposed to mean. I even had to, as you can see, write down what this is, because it was so unclear, because it's drawn so badly. Here we even have some flowers, because apparently I loved flowers, loved nature, and apparently I was gay. So that's that. Perhaps that explains why I didn't have any girlfriends at that time. This is as basic as drawing can get, you know. Here we have something, you see, this is already much more monumental and has that architectural feel going. Here the same thing. Even though there's not really that much base, but I don't know, you can feel it somehow. So this is an interesting one. This is a painting, I don't remember the name of this painting, like Arnold Böcklin, the Dead Island or something. And this one over here probably took me the same amount of time as this one. I made this one when I was 15 years old or something, 14, something like that. And this took me 5 minutes. This is a 5-minute drawing. And ironically, it's way better than some of these other works, like this one, for example. I mean, how long did this take me at that time? 2 hours, 3 hours perhaps, and this was 5 minutes. 5 minutes better than 3 hours. If you just trust your instincts, it's actually pretty good. You know, this has contrast. This has some kind of atmosphere and resembles the painting to some extent, you know. And this is just expressive. I wish I did that more at that time, at that age. Just trust my instinct, because whenever I focused on drawing something really good, it was kind of okay. My skills were just not good enough yet. But when I went in an expressive way, like this drawing, it somehow worked out. This was kind of a fun little exercise as well, where I made this 3-dimensional sculpture out of the 2-dimensional painting. And so you have to imagine in an exercise like this, you have to really try and see how that 2-dimensional painting would look in real life. So this is very time consuming. Every single tree that you see here, I think each tree probably took me an hour or something. It doesn't look like it, but that was an hour. This is, just some experimentation, like how can you mix ballpoint pen with graphite, just some simple things. Like this paper is also fairly thin, so you can't really experiment with too many different mediums or colors or anything like that. This is just trying 3 different mediums, blending it in. Little ballpoint pen here, a little bit of graphite, and then some pastel colors, whatever this means. This is just what a child of 5 years would do, like this makes no sense. Here we have some chairs, simple study, simple clock. I mean, what can I say about this? This is what you do in your first year, your second year, This is just basic stuff. And it shows that you don't have to do great things. To get accepted in some kind of school, you just have to be a basic beginner artist that has some kind of potential. You don't need to deliver masterpieces, and they don't want to see masterpieces. They want to see the possibility for progress. They want to see something that, and they oftentimes, so here's the thing. You will see some really bad drawings, and you probably already saw some really bad drawings in this video, and that's good. You want that to be in your application. You want something that is extremely bad, and then in your application you also want to have something that is kind of good, or at least much better than some bad versions of yourself, so that they can see that there's progress, so that they can see that you are somebody that grows and that easily adapts and easily becomes better, because that's what it's all about in school, becoming better and growing and all of that stuff. So let's keep on going. Here we have some other things. This is all architecture. I really like the idea here. Some houses, and then suddenly there's this monumental thing going on again here. You have the base. And the base gives this some kind of monumental quality, unlike that other work that we had that wasn't that good. Yeah, here we have some, again, same thing, ballpoint pen together with pencil, and you see that the ballpoint pen already fades out a little bit, or there was black. I think there was black line first, and then some ballpoint pen, and then some graphite. Here we have some bird perspective stuff. Kind of okay, not too great. See, you allow yourself to do something that just that makes no sense whatsoever. What is this? And that's okay, that's what a sketchbook is all about. I wish I was more messy in that period of time. I was so scared. I was full of fear. Whenever I was drawing, I was afraid to do something wrong, to make some kind of mistake, when in reality, life is about making mistakes, and just whoever makes most mistakes and learns most wins. That's the game that we're playing. And so this notion that mistakes should be avoided and that you should be afraid of them is just laughable. It's just a laughable system. That's why grades are so bad. That's why the place where you're going, school, kind of sucks, because they're focused on grades, which just doesn't matter, Now, in order to make this video complete, we should be talking about the benefits of using your sketchbook on a daily basis. About how and why sketchbooks changed my life. But that will be a completely different video, and so I'm very sorry, but we are not going to do that. Predominantly because I already did. It's linked up and you could be watching it. That said, get the hell out of here.